So after taking a quick break from all the action-based animes I am currently watching, I was recommended by this anime by a dear friend of mine named Robert, and by looking into this series, it is from the animation studios Madhouse, and producers of the films Girls Who Lived Through Time and Summer Wars, as well as from other series like High School of the Dead and Hunter x Hunter. Based on a shonen manga that ran for 9 years, 26 episodes that were aired in 2004 to 2005, and was followed by a live-action movie adaptation in 2010, this anime that I am currently reviewing for you guys today is Beck, Mongolian Chop Squad. Beck revolves around a 14-year-old boy named Yokayo, or Hyoke, as addressed by his friends, who enters junior high with 2 childhood acquaintances. Coincidentally, one of his childhood buddies is kind of a perv, and ironically the other one is the most popular girl in high school. Hyoke's seemingly inventively life takes a turn in the opposite direction when he saves an odd-looking dog going by the name of Beck from some kids who happen to be bullying him. As it turns out, Beck's owner is actually a rock musician named Yotsuke Minami, who soon influences Hyoke to learn playing the guitar, even by giving him one of his first ones to practice with. As time goes by, Yotsuke and Hyoke form a band named Beck, and proceed to play out a few gigs, and the plot mainly focuses on the trials and tribulations and also the hardships of the band, and as well Hyoke's relationship with its members, particularly Ryosuke and his sister Maiho. The pacing of the plot is set at a slower pace than most shonen fare, which in my opinion is a wise decision on the director's part. This helps the viewer to ease into the story, and significant developments as well are placed in terms of delivery, making the flow more into an easygoing kind of feel than the usual frequent pace often seen in standard shonen fare. The transition from Hyoke's humble beginnings to ambiguous frontman are also set in a logical pace, where most shonen animes are highly illogical, and you don't actually see Hyoke's getting from zero to hero quickly. Rather, he has to practice and practice to actually get that good, much like in real life. The storyline itself is refreshing, and is quite opposite from a lot of series I've previously reviewed, with a real-life grounding through the use of real-life references to artists. However, a form of criticism I must give Beck is the ending, which is typical of most anime, where it is abrupt and somewhat unsatisfyingly premature, especially coming before the anticipated climax or explaining the quirks of the series. All members of the band are especially likable with good character traits and good virtues. Of all the main characters, I have to say my favorites are definitely Hyoke due to his nice and hardworking attitude, as well as the quite spectacular character development he experiences throughout the entire show. Chiba, who has an awesome attitude and is just a heck of a party, and last but not least, my potential #1 favorite, Maiho, who is beautiful, talented, kind, funny, and a spunky teenage girl who is just so freaking awesome. And Robert, I could see why you made her your waifu, and she's mine. Anyways, the cast is a major highlight of the show, with a wide range of colorful and intriguing personalities collected together that develop a fantastic chemistry with one another. It is these multi-dimensional characters with a surprising lack of cliché anime character stereotypes that are crucial to portraying the plot forward. The art and animation style is sadly somewhat inconsistent in quality. One minute it can look intriguing and highly detailed, cementing the realism of the universe, and the next it can turn into suddenly something really sloppy and oddly subpar. However, credit due to when the character design is concerned, with each of the casts being suitable, distinctive, and distinguishable from one another. Beck's strongest point is by far its uniqueness and focus on rock music, but it might also be its weakest point for some people. Viewers who aren't a fan of rock music, if there are any out there, might not enjoy this series as being interesting or relative. The sound, however, in this anime is very enjoyable, and the songs are catchy, and I would think that most rock music fans would enjoy its soundtrack or OST. It was also quite amusing to see some of the characters trying to converse in English, as Ryosuke and Maiho used to study in the States. But seeing the focal point in the series, it's actually by far the music, hands down. Now to personal enjoyment. As far as it is for me to even admit, it's amazing to think that Beck started off in a manga form, because the music is what makes the series so unique. Of course, Beck isn't your typical anime. It rarely falls in the same cliches that causes so many other series to feel desperately unoriginal, and the stories and characters are so rich that you can easily adapt them to a live action show. What other animes could you possibly honestly say that about? It also serves as a great introduction to the medium, because anyone who appreciates music will instantly fall in love with Beck. I know I sure did. Now we're down to the final verdict, and we get to see how exactly Beck stands out as an anime, and as far as everything goes from my usual standpoint on how I review every anime, from of course the story, characters, animation, sound, and of course personal enjoyment, I reward this anime a total of 8.2 out of 10, and I definitely recommend this anime to anyone. But I also say this, despite its issues, the series' strength rises above from all its criticism. It's utterly not perfect, don't get me wrong, it's not. But for me, I would recommend Beck to newcomers or even also veterans of otakus looking for something new than the usual shogun fare. The story and character development are good, and watching Kyoke's social life and musical talent grow are both pretty compelling, particularly when the band starts taking off. A must watch for slice of life and musical fans alike. Now before I head off, I'm going to be leaving a little bit of a few suggestions or as far as recommendations go if you guys would like to explore upon the same slice of life / music genre that Beck provides. Two recommendations I definitely highly recommend is definitely Nodami Cantabella, which basically is similar to Beck in very same formats. Both shows are centered around music, and drama isn't exactly similar in the two of them, but you'll actually probably end up enjoying the relationship development between the characters. Kyoke could easily be a representation of Shesuka, as they're both struggling for a career in music. And of course, my second and final recommendation is Nana, which basically is summarized as more of a music genre, which is basically music, and just plain music. Both series have great music scores to basically entertain you, not to mention that the underlying drama that kind of eats away a little bit on each character when it comes to Nana, but even if you're not a big fan of the drama, you may probably end up just liking the music in general. Anyways, this wraps up my review of Beck. If you guys did enjoy this, of course hit that like button, it's always widely appreciated. As well, comment down below, what's your thoughts of this particular anime? Did you guys like it, dislike it? Tell me what you guys think down in the comment section below. And as well, give me some other future ideas for other animes you guys would like me to review upon in the near future. Regardless, my name is JC Green, and I'll see you guys next time on my next anime related video. Peace, guys.